Hello and welcome back to Rangers Radio for our afternoon post-match show. You've been joined again by myself, GB, and AK. AK, I would ask how you're doing, mate, but I think across the board we'll all be feeling the same after that.
Oh boy, poor result, pal. Poor result. Can he dress it up? It's a game that Mr. Beale had to win. We had to win, and we get beat. So not a good Sunday. The Bears will be angry. Bring them in.
That's it, mate. Well, that says we'll give our own thoughts first.
Aye, sure.
We'll break it down, mate. We'll go with first half, second half. So first half for me, mate, it's after a brilliant start. Unfortunately, within the first minute, it's a goal that's offside. But again, good play, good move, and Matondo puts it away nicely. And I was thinking to myself, good. We'll set the marker how the day is going to go for us. But again, after that, we had nice chances. Got to about the 15-minute mark, and from that point onwards, I would say for most of the rest of the half, we let Celtic back in. Tav had a couple of big saves for Abada's cross. Kyogo was kind of wasteful, I would say, in front of the goal a couple of times. Tav had a lovely ball into Dessers as well, around about the 20-minute mark to get his kind of nearly a goal. Cantwell run all the park, try to break up play, but just nothing there. AK for me, we're just no clinical in that first half. And then lo and behold, that says we get to that point where it's the 27-minute mark and it's probably the biggest decision of the game. And I'll let you give your thoughts on that, mate.
Aye, no, as you say, mate, when the Dessers offside, he was offside. Unfortunately, lack of pace. Great ball over the top and a brilliant finish from Matondo. But as you say, Dessers' lack of pace kind of cost us there. Kyogo, big chances, you say. Couple of good saves, but big misses for him. And then what we thought we were going ahead, the goal for Roof. You know, I mean, Dessers comes in and nips it off the defender's toe. Basically, pretty similar, I thought, to when Morelos stole the boy off Dortmund a couple of years ago, but it basically kicks the back of Dessers' foot rather than it's a foul if anything for Roof, but Dessers, but Dessers carries on, picks out Roof in the box, and a fantastic finish. Never ever a foul. Never. I don't know where they're getting that for, but should have been 1-0 up, and the game just totally swings for there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, the thing about VAR, right, and what annoys me about VAR is in a situation like that, they slow it down, and it clearly shows a Dessers horn on that guy's shirt, right, the back of his back. But when you play, you need to look at these situations in real time. Right? You need to play the video and show the motion, right? That guy's gone down like a ton of bricks with a slight touch of the back. It's no Dessers running up to him and grabbing him, flinging him to the ground, and then stealing the ball off him. I mean, that's the decision baffled me. And actually, at first, when the referee came away, if you're looking at the monitor, he pointed to the centre circle as if it was a goal.
Yeah.
And then it was as if his mind went like, "Oh, it was a goal, but it's not a goal." And then he tell the players it's a free kick. Baffling. Again, usual referees in these games, just incompetence and just can't make a decision based on what they see at the time. I mean, that's the annoying thing about it for me, AK. He's watching that in real time. He's seen the move. He's seen that boy dilly-dallying. And Dessers does what you would expect a forward to do. Go and press the ball, get the ball, win the ball, make a chance. And again, felt sorry for Roof that he's been disallowed a goal that was actually a great finish.
It was, mate. It was. By the way, VAR, what's it called? Video Assistant Referee. So they're the assistant the referee. Don Robertson's seen the challenge that Dessers has made, felt it was a clear challenge, and obviously led to the goal. So in his mind, it's a goal. It's VAR that's putting it in doubt. And see, as soon as they're calling the referee over to the side of the park, you just know that they're going to overturn whatever he's decided on the park. It's not right, mate. It's not right. It's verging on cheating, blatant cheating. And that's what the effect that the VAR team had on the referee. He felt it was a clean challenge by Dessers. It was a good goal, carry on. But somebody in the VAR team said, no, we've got to look at this. That's a foul out there. It's never a foul in 100 years, mate. But
no,
it is what it is.
But I know that says like you said, mate. It swings the momentum there, and out of nothing again. Rangers caught sleeping. I think they're probably at half time already. Golson does a header out. The header comes back. No switched on, and Kyogo again, a clinical striker does what a clinical striker does, and puts the ball away and sends his team into half time 1-0 up. Shocking.
Yeah. But you also missed the Matondo open goal chance as well. Mind when Joe Hart came out to the edge of the box, nobody in he keeps it down, it's a goal. Mm-hmm. So that's another missed opportunity. But as you say, Golson, he made a decent header, but unfortunately went into a packed area. And I think it was O'Reilly that header back straight into clean open space. And Kyogo, by the way, you got to say, dispatches it very well. Butlin's got no chance. I thought Butlin made 3, 4, 5 magnificent saves a day for me.
Yep. It was, mate. So we're going to half time. You're hoping that the manager's having a word with them. There's parts of the first half that you could probably say that was good, especially like say Roof was good movement and stuff like that. And you're just hoping to see them come out with a wee bit of more grit and determination. And to be honest, they did. AK, I would say the second half it was total dominance, a lot of our play. But we're just not clinical. What I say is plenty of chances.
Gary, would you have changed that at half time? Do you not think that we felt we were getting overrun a wee bit in the midfield? I would have. But Beale doesn't seem to recognise a change in the team until it hits round about the hour mark, and it was predictable as usual. I would have made changes there to try and get a grip on the game. What do you think yourself?
It was more the chances. See, because we made chances with these players, AK for me, that it gave them kind of run out. Like I was hoping, like I says, it wouldn't have lingered on, like you're saying in the pre-match, saying about the leaving the substitutions too late. But like I says, I felt like I says we went into the second half and we did start on the front foot. But again, Celtic were getting chances at the tap, and he makes the substitutions. Matondo off, which baffled me because Lammers goes on. Roof was a poor one, but again, maybe it's down to the kind of match fitness for him. Danilo on, and then Yilmaz on for Sterling, which, by the way, I'll give the boys due. I had my worries about Sterling today, and I felt he had a decent enough game today.
It was decent enough defensively, as Blue Star said in the pre-match show, but what he doesn't offer is that swinging cross in that Borna gives you. And that was a big miss for this. It's basically for the system that Bale likes to play. He's trying to put. I mean, we spoke about it. Port Bear, I think, said on Friday, square pegs and round holes. It's his system, and he's trying to fit all the players into his system. Well, maybe he has to adapt to the players that he's got to pick for, and maybe change it up a bit there. Go a 4-4-2. Just, I don't think he's got the players that he did have before. I mean, he's looking for out of Matondo, what Kent gave him before. He's looking for Dessers out of, what Morelos gave. And they're different players with different attributes. For me, he's not using them right. So I think the system has got a lot to where he's fallen down. And let's not hide the fact that's 7 big games now. Michael Beale has failed to win any of them. And that's worrying me. That is very worrying.
There'll be questions to answer for me. Right, well, I think it's time, mate. With whatever we say about it, ultimately we got beat 1-0 today, and it would be good to hear the Bears' thoughts out there. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Any particular players you're giving pass marks today, mate?
For me, I thought Butland was outstanding again. He certainly filled the gloves that Alan McGregor and they're big gloves to fill, as you know. Other than that, we huffed and puffed, but we didn't really create as much as what I thought we were going to do. But I think that's us. Get Jim in there now, GB.
Oh, hi, Jim, are you there?
Hi, here I. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I thought see the way we started off the game. I thought we were going to continue playing that way. Press them high, press them and let the defenders make the mistakes. It would see me hang after. See after it. I'll say another thing. I don't like complaining about the referees, the VAR, but that referee was a pure nightmare for us today. Really, See Rufsco. I don't think there's another person in Britain would have chalked that off.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, Jim. It was what I say is the VAR looks at it and makes it easy for the referee, to be honest, to make the decision, because the VAR, when it zoomed in the picture that they were showing the referee, it's clearly showing a horn on the back of the Celtic player. It's not showing the full movement, and that's what annoys me about VAR, is that you need to show the ref the full clip in real time, because if he watches it in real time, and to be honest, he should have been watching it in real time on the park, right? Dessers sees an opportunity to go and steal the ball off the guy, and he does it. The boy gets into no man's land and starts flapping and loses the ball. It was a legitimate goal. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whoever was dealing with the VAR the day and our referee must have been only 2 or 3 people in Britain would have chalked that goal off the day, right? So, okay, there's no point in moaning about it. It's done and dusted by now. But I was surprised at the way Rangers started hanging back after that, because we'd already been, that's the second goal we'd chopped off. I feel as if Rangers could have hung back after that in that first half for some reason. I don't know. If we kept press, which we were getting, we're doing well at that, because their defence looked dodgy.
GB, I was going to say to Jim there, I think there were 3 people in that VAR room the day. Name was Chris Sutton, James McFadden and Neil Lennon. They all thought it was a foul. But you're right.
That's the thing, AK, that when it does go to the studio, let's say, is they are having a chuckle to themselves, because they know that it was a legitimate goal. Half of them are forwards in that studio, and they know themselves that the defender's made a mistake there and it's cost his team. And but ultimately, that as much as it might have swung the rest of that half, we still had a second half there that we could have came out and matched them, and we did. We dominated most of that second half, but we're just not clinical enough, Jim.
That would end up with the schoolboy stuff for us. What you did when you're a primary schoolboy, that's a pass I should make. But it doesn't work out when you're playing professional football. So we don't see the players. We kind of go to stage we couldn't make 5-yard passes. I don't know how many passes Tavernier made today. It worked out for him. Okay, we see the game differently. There'll be 50,000 fans there today that will argue with each other. I don't think Tavernier made one pass a day that I was watching it. Decent pass. I'm talking about decent pass.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07796.
I don't know.
No, you're all right. Carry on, Jim.
I was just wondering about some of the passes Tav was making, and some of the wee 5-yard, 10-yard passes didn't work out for us today. And can I mention another thing? I don't know any of the Celtic players' names. There's a wee baldy guy who plays for them. I was surprised why he lasted the game so how long. I don't know many fouls. How many fouls he made. I'm not even sure they got a yellow card or no. There's one of them doing that. There's one doing that wing. Footling, everybody's tackling.
Yep, Jim. I'll just cut in, mate, because I think we've been joined with Bob Jer as well, mate. So, Bob Jer, you there, bud?
Okay.
I think he's in yet.
No, he's not in.
Just continue with that. I do. Just the way I saw the game. This wee guy was running back and forth, tackling everybody and putting the boot in, and I don't know how many free kicks he gave away. Right? And probably didn't give a lot. The referee didn't see probably, but I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And but he was still in. I don't know. I don't know the guy's name. I don't care what his name is. It's a flying flea, Anyway, I'm really disappointed. as well.
Ultimately, Jim, I think we're on the kind of same boat. I think, like I says, we've seen periods of the game where we should have been, like I says, getting back into the game, getting the equaliser. Like you says, we started off so well. We looked as though we were going to actually press. I mean, we were pressing in that first half really, really well, really high all the time. Didn't allow them to play for about the first 20 minutes. And again, we just sat off them and allowed them to come up. And that's when they started getting their chances, Jim. And that's what annoyed me. We allowed them to get into the game. And remember, we're at home. We've got a full crowd behind us today. And ultimately, we had 3 shots in target today. 3 shots out of the 97 minutes we had on target. That's not good enough for me.
No, do you know something? I can't remember, but I was thinking myself, did that guy, the goalkeeper, I can't remember his name either, the goalkeeper. I can't remember the saves he made, but we didn't have a save to make. A desperate save to make. It's really annoying. I could cuss and swear all day, but I'm not going to do that because we're on the show.
No. I'll take it to AK then. AK, ultimately, what it says, I think Kenny Miller summed up pretty well. He says we've got good presence in the box now with the height that we've signed and stuff like that, but we're not clinical. We've not got any end product there to be that team that's going to go out and win the game.
No,
I just wonder. Sorry.
AK
right,
first.
Aye, no bother. No, you're right. It's said we're not working the keeper enough. I mean, it's all right, all these stats, possession and what have you, but see if you're not working the keeper, you're not really doing your job as a striker. And we flatter to deceive up front. I mean, I just don't get Bale's subs and the timing of Bale's. I mean, he's taking off Matondo and Roof at 63 minutes to bring on Danilo and Lammers. I mean, okay, you can understand Danilo, but for goodness sake, Roof's our best striker on the park, and Matondo was at least getting in behind him. Dessers lasted on the park, I think, to 77 minutes before they took him off. And that's not the first time he'd done the same at Kilmarnock when we were struggling to get a goal. He's got 0 goal threat, the big man. All right, he kind of, it was him that he's shutting down that created the goal for Roof. But that was about the only decent thing for me that he'd done all day. I just don't get why he's getting so much game time, and we've got a £6 million striker there. We've got our best striker in the club, and we're not putting they two together. We're giving Dessers the opportunity to score, and he's not really getting any opportunities to score himself because he's not making nothing. I just don't get his tactics at all the time in him, and blah blah blah. It's no good.
No, I totally agree. Okay, and Jim, I think that's the thing. See, the day for what I noticed with the game is, with the 2 teams, the way they play, it's a striker that holds up the ball. He's not needed. It's pace and power that's going to win you that game. And Danilo showed that. Roof showed that today. Even Matondo to a certain extent, and Sima in the second half. I mean, when they were on the park, they were showing that it was causing them bother. See, when we were running at them and the ball at the tap and stuff like that, that was what was causing them bother. We didn't need a Dessers holding up the ball because we weren't against any big physicality at the back of their defence, because that's the weakest defence Celtic are going to have this season. And we didn't test them. And again, Miller pointed that out. And I just don't understand why, if us novices can see it, the people in the studio can see it, why does Michael Beale not see it, Jim?
I don't know. See, when I'm going to, truthfully, see when Seema arrived, I was the first, I wouldn't have gave the guy house room, right? But seeing the last few weeks, this guy turned out to be a bit something special. Now, I'm no convinced he's a wide player. I think he may be a centre forward, actually. He seems to have something different. He's better than Matondo. He's better than Dessers, right? So why don't we try him through it? Maybe I'm not a coach. I don't bugger all about February. But it seemed to come on today. It seemed to be more excitement when Seema come on today for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But say a couple of weeks ago, I would have given him a house room a couple of weeks ago. But the last few weeks, I think he's something special.
AK Seema, he did put in a couple of nice balls today, and he put that one right across the face of goal that just needed somebody to tap it in. And again, this is what annoys me as well about the forwards at times is they're not switched on. They're not switched on to rebounds. They're not switched on to stuff like that. There's nobody at the back post, that kind of stuff. I mean, days gone by, you've seen Alan McCoist and Haitley sliding in and everyone's flying the full body.
Yeah.
I wonder. I do wonder what they see in training that we're not seeing on the park.
The problem for me though, GB, is the timing that he's bringing Simo and Lawrence as well. Bringing on 77 minutes. You're only giving the guys quarter an hour to really affect the game. Why we not bring them on with half an hour to, or make changes at half time? Give the guys more opportunity to go and affect the game. And it's part of his. It's as if he's reading it off a coaching manual when he's meant to bring on certain subs at certain times, and he's just no changing for it. He's not a proactive manager. He's a reactive manager for me, and he's no reacting to the situations of the game. We had an urgency. We should have showed an urgency in that game to win the game. See, as soon as we go 1-0 down, we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We kind of regroup. We rethought, right, how are we going to win this game? We didn't even look at winning that game today, Gary, any opportunity, particularly when we went 1-0 down.
Jimmy?
That was one. And I actually understand everything you're saying, because I was thinking the same thing watching the game. I thought 55 minutes, 5 minutes after the second half, in the second half, to change it now, man. Just change it now. We can see it's going nowhere. I don't know, because I don't like fall out with the manager and blame him and start shouting about him. I did say a couple of weeks ago, I'll give him a Christmas. If he's not done nothing by Christmas, he's probably up the road. But he'll need his act together. As you say, I don't know, GB, whoever said that there, he's right. 5 minutes in the second half. Change it now. It's not working.
Mm-hmm. No,
it wasn't working.
No. Right, well, it's a phone-in show, so let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Becky, you did make a good point. I think we could have played to 120 minutes and you wouldn't have seen a goal off us a day. We've got this thing in the team where we're nice, got the nice tippy-tappy football, the nice possession football, but the end product is shocking at times, and it's just, I mean, Cantwell, I'll tip my hat to him today, because the boy ran back, he was chasing back, he was defending, he was across the park, he was trying to create. He's the only one in that team now that I see that's got a bit of drive about him, that wants to win a game of football. The rest of them, Butland, again, he had these great saves today, but just basing my point on the forwards, they really need to start getting a grip of this league and starting to show their quality, because we always say you've not got the time to wait a year down the line to eventually get your form and all the rest of it. These guys are meant to be coming in way pedigree. That's the reason why we spent the money. And it's getting to the point now where you're looking at it going, well, what's the point in spending all this money? We as well as shot them in our own league.
Well, the big question marks now, Gary. Bill's put himself under pressure. He's get rid of Cholak, he's got rid of Sakala, he's got rid of Arfield, Hadji, Kent Morelos were already walking away from the club. That's a lot of your goal threat that we've had the last few years. He's let them walk away. And who's he bringing in? Your man Dessers, Danilo, Lammers, they sort of get. It's no good enough, mate. And it's not as if they were coming in with great pedigree and scoring in the first place, because they weren't. The only guy who was at a pedigree is scoring was Danilo. He came as Feyenoord's top striker, and he's not even getting an opportunity. That's criminal for me, Gary. I don't know what Bale's thinking. When you're paying that sort of money for a striker and you're not playing him, that says a lot about the manager for me. And I don't know where we're going for here, but it looks as if we're going neighbour.
We join with a call. I think it's Bear Down Under. How are you doing? Hello.
How you doing, gents? All right?
Aye, better afternoons, mate. Aye, we can hear you, mate. Aye, we've had better afternoons, bud. How's your?
Aye, well, good, mate. I just heard who's on the other call? Was that EK?
AK, yep, and Jim's on the call as well, mate.
AK, did you just say that Danilo was Feyenoord's number one striker?
I believe. I think it was a
Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I think so, mate.
So you're not aware, right? Okay, so let me just clarify that, buddy. Danilo was actually number 2 striker at Feyenoord, but Jimenez, he actually wasn't a starter. He actually wasn't the number 1 striker. Same way Dessers when he was at Feyenoord as well. We're signing guys that weren't actually number 1 strikers at the Dutch clubs, mate. I don't know if you've done your homework on that. If you want to do a wee bit of your homework, you'll find out that.
Mate. We're not here to find mud, mate.
I'm not here to criticise. I'm not here to criticise.
You are criticising.
I'm here to point out a fact.
Right, well, that's fine. AK's just making a point, mate.
No, it's not.
He's making a point. We've went and spent
if you listen to what I'm trying to say, buddy. No, what I'm trying to say is we have spent. I agree with what he's saying, but if you look at what the facts are, we have spent the money on guys that aren't actually the number 1 strikers at Dutch clubs. That's all I'm getting to say. This isn't a criticise whatsoever to EK, not whatsoever. Please don't take that as a coming across that. I'm just actually putting out the fact is if you.
I think it lost the Bear Down Under there. I think it was just a bad line. Anyway, on the day's game, like I says, we have spent money on strikers, whether they were number 1, number 2 or whatever. We spent some serious money, more than what any other Scottish teams have spent on their forward line this summer. So, AK, there's probably no excuse that these guys can't still come into the Scottish League and hit the ground running.
No, listen, whether he's number 1 striker, number 2 strikers can have material. I know where he's coming from. Right, okay, might not have the numbers that I was suggesting, but I think Danilo was Feyenoord's top goal scorer in Europe a couple of years ago, and he also scored pre-season for them, so he was getting game time for Feyenoord, who were the champions of Holland, and he was scoring goals, but he's not getting the opportunity to score goals with us. That was my point.
Aye, no, 100%. That I says, mate, it's each peachy. Jim, where do we go for here, mate? Where do we need to improve on?
Well, in every department, after looking at today and then the disaster over the last weekend in Europe and that, so I think we need to work harder. And as you say, the front three are no fire. I don't think MD is convinced we're forwards. Well, I'm certainly not. Like I said, Dessers, there wasn't my doubts about him. Well, Danilo, we don't know about him because he didn't get a chance. He comes on as a part player. And then, well, the big Roof, he's all right. But you know we get with Roof. Give him a chance, he'll get. He's a 6-yard box centre forward. But we need something. We need like an Ian Ferguson or somebody like that. Don't get me wrong, Cantwell, I'm really impressed with him. I really like the guy. He'll work. He's like a wee doddy. He runs about the place all the place and firing tackles and catching balls and passing it. It's difficult today. I'd say after today, it's been difficult to get my head around. And then the last week we've had there has been sore. It's been a sore week for us,
I know.
Difficult to take.
Right, I'll cut across you. We've been joined by Bob here. How you doing, Bob?
I'm just like this. There's an angry heart for straight it. Whenever we had a chance to beat them, it was the day. And then, such an optimistic week for the club, and it's fell flat on its face. For this one simple reason. All these people know them all. The goalkeeper's brilliant. He's been the one shining light. But the rest of them, nah. I said it before, I'm beginning to think that Beale's brought in a load of duds here for one reason or another. You can analyse it all you want. It's simply due to that. they're not up to it. They're not good enough. And it was proved today. You played against a very poor Celtic side that had a makeshift back four, and you still couldn't get by them. Still couldn't create enough chances against them. Although I will say, I thought the goal that Roof scored, the fact that he gave a foul against Dessers was an absolute shocking decision. Shocking. Dessers never fouled the boy at all. Well, we're not going to dwell on that. We weren't good enough to hurt them today. And what they're going to be like when they're back to full strength that lot, well, I despair for this season, boys. I'm sorry. That's the way it's worked.
No. AK, I think that the thing about the team, the manager, I think it's not that these guys, especially like Daniil showed flashes today. Lammers was even through in goal today. It's just, they just need to be more clinical. The tactics as well, maybe the manager on that side of things needs to look at the tactics. But the players have got something there. But for us, for some reason, they're just not showing the clinical side there now.
No, there isn't. I think possibly the conference took a battering for during the week as well. You can't underestimate that, the mentality of some of these players. But there's a big expectation. The crowd, it was all there for them. It was set up to win that game today, and we didn't create enough clinical opportunities. I mean, Joe Hart's going out of there, and Butland's probably worked more than him. That's not right. No for a home team. No with that advantage that we had today. It's clearly not good enough, GB, to go forward. Big decisions getting made. I heard the board were actually meeting yesterday. I don't know if there's anything in that or it was just a coincidence, but I don't know where we go for here now, mate. It doesn't look good.
Probably just having a nice dinner at that Sky Lounge, mate. I think we've been joined by June. Are you there, June?
Hello, guys.
How are we doing? How are you feeling?
I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. Honestly, see, where's the pride and the passion in that team? Where's the Rangers we all love and we've watched them for years? Now, where are they all? They're in front of a packed crowd like that, and they're spending good money to go and follow their team, buy the merchandise a lot, and that's the way they're getting thanked for there's something wrong.
Yep, I'll take that around the guys. Jim, we can't fault the fans today. The fans turned up, packed the house. The tifo that was presented at the start of the game, again, amazing. But just again, unfortunately, we don't get any rewards for it, mate.
But they players and the management team, they watched that before the game started. The way the fans were there, the banners and we watched all the game. They must be. What are they thinking about? What they must be dragging people into the boardroom today and talking to the manager and saying, "What happened today? We've given you X amount of money. Like, you're bringing all this." I'm not going to say draws. They are not draws. They spent a lot of money. They've been good players in their day, but on today's performance, they haven't turned out today for some reason against a very poor Celtic team. I don't know how the possession was today. It was a lot more than them, but we can't get through them. We've got three forwards. We know this. I'm not going to reiterate all the stuff I keep moaning about. I hate being on here moaning. But I'm going to do it while I'm here. I'm going to do it while I'm here, right?
Jim, that's it. It's a good place to get it off your chest. Okay. Okay.
Well, I hear Oxshire has a couch here for the psychologist, doesn't he? So get it off your chest. Same with you, Bob Jer.
What was that?
Yeah.
No, we're just saying it was it's a good place to get things off your chest. June, was there any pluses for you today at all? Any players that kind of stood out? You were happy with their performance?
Oh, do you know some? Well, no particular. See the good player with
Jim.
It's
June. It was June, mate. That just came in there.
Oh, June, sorry, June, for butting in.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, to be honest, Ruth's goal was a good goal, and it was a shame why it got chopped off, to be honest. And just to let you all know that my late grandfather's friend was a Rangers player who was Tiger Shaw.
Tiger Shaw, yeah. Aye.
Yep, he was. See, that was my grandpa's friend. Knew him very well.
Aye,
So,
but
he played for the jersey. He didn't play for the money. He played for the jersey, and that was coming for his sisters because I got to meet them. And that's what they players should be doing, playing for that badge. And the money they're getting every week is, it's funny money compared to what we work every day for. And they're not playing for the badge.
aye, no, June, I'll take that from the guys.
They would rather just come to Ibrox and maybe spend maybe a couple of seasons or whatever, but not good enough, or want to get punted to England. But that just shows you what they're like. They're non-triers.
Aye, right. Aye, they have. I'll speak to the guys about that. In fact, I'll cut across. We've been joined by another caller. I think that's Stuart in. Hi, Stuart.
Hi there, guys. How you doing? Another bad performance. Sorry?
Give us your thoughts, mate. Fire away.
To me, it was obvious. I mean, if you look at, I'll just nip back to Eindhoven. There's two danger players there. We never marked them at the game, De Jong and that big guy, the good player. We let them run the show. I mean, McGregor isn't a good player. And he was swanning about there, if you mind the Franz Beckenbauer. He had acres of space for the first 10 minutes onwards, and they got stronger in the first half. Why does Beale not see that? I mean, God almighty. It's so obvious. And the wingers were sitting out there, plenty of space, and they were spraying it about and this was a bad defence. They're not a great team. And we just sat right back for maybe, say, the last 30 minutes in Celtic. I mean, they could have been 2-0 up at one stage. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. Okay, we got that goal, and it was never a free kick. I don't know they've got 3 people on VAR. I just didn't know what they're coming to. If that was a free kick, when Cantwell was going through, he stopped the ball with his foot and he had one leg on the ground, one up in the air, trying to control the ball, and that boy nudged him. That was a penalty then. You know what I mean? Never even got checked with VAR. So, again, it's old hard luck stories again. I'm sick of hearing it, to be honest with you. As somebody says, that's about 4 or 5 games, big games that Beale's involved in. And for me, he's no go at Raskin. He gets played up to be this great player. He's got to be great. He could hardly pass the ball about 10 yards, really. And that was the engine room. And it kind of all breaks down for there. I'm not going to blame too much of the defence. I thought Sterling had quite a good game. I think that boy's got promise. No great at attacking. But the midfield, that's where we lost it. And the strikers were inept a bit as well. All in all, you know what, that Lammers, he reminds me of the Tasmanian Devil.
Packaged holiday.
Oh,
my for your thoughts on that game.
Lammers is just spinning around in circles all the time with his left foot. I don't know. It was just a very poor performance, I think. And the second half flattered to deceive, I think, for me.
Bob Jared, did you... I was going to come to you, Bob Jared. Do you not think that our second half performance, though, it was us that was trying to make the chances? They were getting their chances with the breakaways, but a lot of the domination was for ourselves. It was just that we couldn't finish the chances that we were putting on a plate to some of the strikers.
We just can't finish them.
It's always kind of too little, too late.
Right,
you know,
one at a time. I've went to Bob Jared. I've said Bob Jared's name. Let Bob Jared
speak.
And I'll come round everybody. I'll come round everybody at one at a time. Cheers.
Okay. All right. It's been an ongoing problem with us. We haven't got a sort of a 26, 27 goals a year striker. And it's come back to bite us today. I mean, we made a good few no sort of apart from the Lammers one, but no sort of open chances against them. And it's the same every week. We just cannot finish. And we spent a lot of money on a squad for this. On Danilo, who he doesn't play. On this Dessers, who, fine, he's playing off a bit slow for me, the boy, but I believe he might come good. But we just simply didn't have it. We just cannot finish. The lassie's right there about I agree with her totally about the roof goal. But that's hindsight, and you didn't win games on hindsight. So where we go for here in the sighting department, I don't know. I didn't care. It's all hearts, buts and maybes. I'm as frustrated as anybody. Try to analyse it. You'll never read. We've been defeated today, and we must dust it down and go on to the next game. But I believe against St Johnstone away. Because you can't drop too much more now, or the league's away again. I didn't want to think that we went out of 2 tournaments in 1 week, but by Christ, we're hanging with our fingertips again against this lot.
That's fine.
Their back four was makeshift. That lad is Scales. I mean, they loaned him out to Aberdeen last year. He sticks out last year. Thunder Day. We should have blew them away today. Have they played to their potential, but we never. Golson, what were you thinking about? He's on the ball straight to them when you had time to chest it down and volley it up the park. And in the first half, you wrote about Callum McGregor. I thought Callum McGregor was excellent for them in the first half, by the way. I did. He dictated the game in the first half for them. They had more possession. They could pass the ball there. They looked more organised. I'm sorry.
Just cut across you, Bob, Jeff.
Bad day at the office for Rangers. Right? Okay, fair enough.
I think we join with Blue Star.
Hi, guys. Right. First of all, nothing to do with referees and goals chopped off. We go up the park, we scored a goal, Dessers is offside, fair enough. We then decided to sit back. They got a bit of impetus. Bob Ger got it spot on. Callum McGregor was punching holes all over us. We've got Raskin, we've got Jack, and we've got Cantwell. Now, guys, I know there was another goal there that should have stood. But out with that, the general play, our goalkeeper was playing boys as if he was playing as a midfielder. Our midfield were absolutely non-existent the whole of that first 45 minutes. Now, I had 2 phone calls for Ibrox inside the first half hour for 2 different guys, 2 different fans. The 2 of them were going after Heaton. I'm like, please start. How's our manager not seeing what we're seeing? Our players can't get on the ball. And when they were getting the ball, they automatically gave it straight back. Now, Cantwell's my favourite player. I'm telling you, he was absolute garbage today. Yes, he puts in endeavour and he tries. But you watch that second half with 15 minutes to go. There was 4 times out in this right wing he had the ball. He couldn't even flight the ball in. He was hitting it off the guy that was directly in front of him. We're passing, 3-yard passes and we can't even find our own players, guys. You've got to call it as you see it. There's no point in saying, there was nice wee passages of play. Our general direction of our actual playmaking was shocking. And it isn't getting any better. I know we're only 4 games into a season and we don't want to think the worst. We had to win that game today. A draw wasn't even good for us. A full stadium of fans, as I said before the game started. That first half, we were pathetic, guys. Come on. Our manager's sitting watching that. AK's right, so did yourself, Gary. He wasted that hour mark all the time. Our midfield was overrunning that first half. Fortunately for us, their mob didn't have the cohesion to cause us more damage up front. But goodness me, if that's us playing at home, I mean, we can't have that. It's as simple as that. We're paying too much money, whether it's merchandise, whether it's season tickets and everything else, to watch that garbage. We have not got any better. And you can't keep saying give it time. He said 10 months in the job. He's brought in his own players and there isn't one showing up, bar our goalkeeper. But incidentally, the worst thing for me today wasn't even with forwards. I'm being serious. Our midfield were diabolical. They couldn't construct 3 passes the whole game. What's your thoughts?
There's not much I don't think we can disagree on, Blue Star. It's been a bad day at the office again for Rangers, and unfortunately a lot of us have seen that movie too many times. But I'm going to go round the folks on the call and get your final thoughts. So, June, final thoughts before we finish up, please.
Well, I suppose it's onwards and upwards to the next game, but I don't know. Who are they going to bring in if Bill goes? This is it. Who are they going to bring in? They need a proven manager. Yep,
and there's not a lot of them kicking about there now.
That's true. Well, thanks for letting me on the show, and we'll still be listening in anyhow every week.
No, no hassle. No, what says don't. What says next time we're on, just give us a phone and make your points. We've been making good points today. What says I think you're a first time caller, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, my partner, Will James was saying, why have they took the I out of I Ready? He's been a Rangers supporter for years, you know, and he says he can't understand that.
I know the questions will be asked definitely, John. Bob, do you have final thoughts, bud?
Well, again, thanks for having me on. Well said, June. I don't know, I'm standing like everybody else. I've come up against a brick wall. I've tried to analyse it, pick the bones out of it. That doesn't matter. We're in a bad place at the moment, and we can only hope that it gets better. Who makes it better? I'm like the rest of us. I haven't got a clue. But as the lassie says, I'm not a Rangers supporter of the day or the morning or the next day. I'm a Rangers fan forever. And we'll bounce back. Thanks for having me on, everyone. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Bob. Stuart, you there, bud? Final thoughts?
I'm still here, I mean, it's still very frustrating, but here's what you're saying about the 60-minute mark, but I mind you, when in the cup final, when it was obvious a change we needed at half-time, Bill's got this analogy, he said, I didn't want to throw anybody under the bus. He's too nice a guy, he's got this word-salad attitude, that needs to change on him. If there's a Walter Smith guy that tried him in at half-time and say, you're off, right, you're on. That spurs him up a bit. It's too predictable for me. It's too predictable. It's too much of a thinker. He needs to ditch that to move on. That's what I think. Whether he'll do that, God only knows. So, anyway, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been interesting to hear it. We're all disappointed, but we say it onwards, not backwards. See what happens.
Yeah, well said. And final thoughts for yourself, Blue Star?
We lost the league last year with 7 points. We're 4 points down after only 4 games. Yes, there's 34 to go. But guys, for me, call me despondent or negative all you want. For me, we're not getting any better. Certainly no. Our players are out there now.
Oh, I think dropped it there. AK, thanks again, mate. Your final thoughts, bud?
I know, just carrying on that. It's a very disappointing day. June asked for a proper Rangers manager if we do get ready, Bill. But listen, we've had Warburton, Caixinha, Murty, Gerrard, Gio, and now Bill. That's 8 years, 6 managers. It's a gamble after gamble after gamble. Who is a proper manager? Because none of them that we've had there you could class as one, but very disappointing day, 4 points behind. I don't know whether this is stick or twist time as early as this in the season, but that's up for the Rangers directors to call that shot. But thanks for having us anyway, JB, and thanks to the team and the callers.
I can thank the callers for calling in. This is a hard day to be talking about the Rangers. Big thanks to AK for joining us and making these points as well. Thanks to the technical team, Old School Blue and Fox. We've been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday night between 8 and 10, and hopefully you can join us then. Good night.